You are watching Bizarre Survival with Dave Phillips. Thank you. Hey there, everybody. Today we're going to be opening the box on a Khukri house, Khukri from Nepal. It's KHHI is the maker, and if you can see in the description right here, this is pretty much the specs on the knife. If you want to press pause at any time to go over exactly the length of the blade and the length of the handle, please do so. It is a very beautiful knife. The handle is actually made out of bone. It's made out of water buffalo bone, so it's not like they're going out of their way to kill this animal. It's what they pretty much use as beef out there in Nepal. So every time they kill a cow to eat, they use its leather, they use its skin, and they use its horns for multiple different purposes, I'm assuming, out there in Nepal. And the Khukri is one of them. If you wait till the very end, the last 2 minutes, I give a nice long 2-minute description. It's not me talking. I guess I can talk and tell you guys what it is. But it's pretty much what this knife that I'm unboxing is all about, and where it came from, and why it is served, and why the Nepal Army generally tends to gravitate towards it. Excuse the whistling. My son, he wants to be a little booger nanny. Like I told him if he keeps up his attitude, he's going to make me YouTube famous, because I just asked him to do his homework and he was acting cray-cray. So if he keeps that up, I'm going to keep recording him, and he will make me YouTube famous. And if he keeps whistling during my videos, I'm definitely going to record him and make me YouTube famous. So anyways, back to this. It's a very, very, very beautiful blade. It's, like I said, made from the, I was going to say Gurkhas. It's not. I guess some of them would be ex-Gurkhas, possibly. But it's made from the Kamis out there in Nepal. The Kamis are pretty much blacksmiths. They're bladesmiths out there in Nepal. I'm assuming it's a very dirty, nitty-gritty job out there, especially with everything really generally being cheap. They're poverty-stricken, and especially with the earthquake that had happened 2 years ago. So they're trying to rebuild their country, and hopefully I could get the word out there and we could help them out, because these are really beautiful handcrafted knives. The steel is, I believe, 5160. It comes from leaf springs from trucks and cars from India. They import them, and they check to make sure there's no cracks, that it's really quality, good steel for these knives. And I could tell you this one's a little smaller than the I Am Eli that I had. It's quite extensively smaller. The blade is 9 inches. The I Am Eli was 13, so that's about 4 inches. But not only that, just the thickness and how much knife there is in the I Am Eli compared to this one. There's not much. But if this is a military issued knife, just imagine our boys at home in the United States of America. They usually rock around with a K-bar, you know, so their knife is relatively fairly small, and it could fit on their waist or on their knapsack. This is the same way. It's nice, small, it's very comfortable in your hand, and I could see how it could do some damage. Although they do sit there and say it cut off limbs, and it served the Gurkhas multiple times for cutting off limbs. I don't understand how this small of one would be able to cut off a limb. I may be wrong. I may be completely wrong. I'm going to put it to test as soon as it stops raining. It's been raining for 3 days. Pretty much as soon as I wanted to start shooting and getting some decent video for you guys and footage, because no matter how much lighting I seem to use, it still is garbage compared to the natural light outside. So I've been wanting to film and get some awesome footage for you guys, and I just have not been able to, unfortunately, because there has been no sun, and it's been super swampy. We live in a place called Heather Lakes, and it's super, super swampy. It's like a lake out in my backyard, which really stinks. Oh, I do kind of want to apologize for I don't know what you call those, all the swipes and different things like that in between the film. I'm kind of just playing around, seeing which ones I like, because I read or I watched somewhere that doing these swipes and these transitions from clip to clip are really good for opening the box, and so I am definitely exploring which ones I like, which ones I'll eventually really come into form after doing more videos for you guys. I do want to sit there and say, if I can get 2,000 subscribers by December 2017, you guys will get one of these knives. I will pick a subscriber randomly. I'll randomly put in generation names. I'll come up with a better system of how we're going to do this. But if I get 2,000 likes by December 2017, or 2,000 subscribers, someone will get one of these Khukris. And that's a promise. You won't have to pay for anything. You won't have to pay for shipping. You won't have to pay for handling. It will be delivered to your house in beautiful condition, just like this. A nice leather scabbard, a water buffalo leather scabbard with brass couplings. And here is the Khukri. It is beautiful. It is a nice little knife. I really love the handle. I do. It's bone. It's, well, should I say horn? Horn pretty much is bone, but it's beautiful. I absolutely adore it. Now, for all of the PETA activist animal lovers, I am an animal lover, but the simple fact of the matter is I am a meat eater as well. So if they're using the whole embodiment of what they're eating, I definitely have no issue with it. I mean, that's even better than leaving everything to waste. I mean, so it's a very, very, very beautiful handmade knife. I'm super impressed with the workmanship. I'm super impressed with the grind, the quality. It's not sharp just like the other one, but they did give me an explanation, which I have read other places, that, you know, axes should be shaved sharp. So the fact that they're saying that the blade will bend because if it's razor sharp, it shouldn't be that way. It's probably the steel, and if it is that way, they need to start probably thinking about using better steel during the making process, because yeah, I want to make sure it's razor sharp and the blade won't bend as I'm hacking away. I mean, yeah, I will definitely learn how to sharpen these blades. It may take me a minute or two or a while to learn, but I have another one to practice on. Yes, I do. And here coming up shortly, because we're almost at the end, is where the actual description, if you want to sit back and read it, pause it. I don't know if you'll need to pause it because it is 2 minutes long. Maybe I will soothingly read it for you. And yes, that's me just joshing around back there in the back, playing around with this beautiful knife, because guess what? I was trying to get good video, even though it sucks and it's blurry and blah, whatever. I am getting better at the process, so by the time I do have some followers, this will be down in the whole dumps. But it says, the Nepali Army, NA, or Nepali Sena, is the Army of Nepal and a major component of the military of Nepal. The NA includes the Nepalese Army Air Service and the Nepalese Police Force. Service is voluntary, and at the minimum age for enrollment is 18. Its primary role is to defend the territorial integrity, sovereignty, and independence of Nepal. Secondary role is to provide assistance to the Civilian Government of Nepal in the maintenance of internal security. Other duties include humanitarian assistance, disaster relief, operations assisting in national development, nature conservation, efforts and participation in internal peacekeeping missions. Prior to 2006, the Nepali Army was known as the Royal Nepalese Army, RNA, and was under the command of the King of Nepal. Yet, following the, excuse me if I get this wrong, Loktantra Andolan II, People's Movement for Democracy, second, on the 18th of May 2006, a bill was passed by the unelected Nepalese Parliament curtailing royal power. This included renaming the army. Some of the senior units of Nepal Army followed the senior most unit in the Sri Nath Battalion, raised in 1763. Well, that's all I can really get right now before this video is going to conclude. But if you want to read the rest, please press pause and feel free to do so. Until next time, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to this channel, like, and comment below. And like I said, 2,000 subscribers, you will have your own very own Nepalese Khukri. Anyways, you guys have a great day. Bye.